Hey guys, it's Speedy. Today I'm going to be doing a video that's a little different than the normal, funny, witty, weird, ranting videos that I do because I need to address something to the Transformers fandom and to all fandoms in general, and YouTube is the best way to do it. So what I've been noticing a lot recently is comments from people telling me that there are people out there who are not in our fandom who are making fun of the people who are in our fandom. And it's gotten to a point where now it's friends and even family members telling you that what you like is stupid and that you can't like it, and or you are a disappointment for what you like. I am going to tell you something right now, and you can choose whether or not to believe me. No one in this world, whether it be a stranger, a friend, a family member, anybody, no one has the right to tell you what you can and can't be happy about. There is nothing wrong with obsessing, fangirling, or freaking out over anything that happens in a fandom that you are a part of. Because you, as a fan, get into a fandom to make a commitment to something that makes you happy. How is this person on the street, this perfect stranger, going to tell you that you're not allowed to be happy about that new show coming out because they're not happy about it? People like that, we'll start with strangers. Strangers don't have any right to say anything at all. They have no idea who you are. They have no idea what you've been through. They have no idea where you are at in your life. And they have no right to put their unhappiness on you because they're jealous of how happy you are with your life right now. People on the street, strangers, people who see you on social media and are too afraid to say anything until they can block you after commenting, is the most cowardice of all human beings. They are not human beings because they don't understand how the world works. If you come across somebody one day and they say something about you, I've had a couple passive-aggressive bullies in high school who I had a Twitter once, not anymore. I don't do it. I don't Twitter, tweet, or whatever the fuck it is. I'm 19 and I just don't. I don't tweet. I don't do it. I can't. I'm sorry. But I did have a Twitter in high school because I thought it would be cool. And I followed this girl who sat at the other end of our lunch table because our lunch tables were pretty big. And so I'm at one end with my friends and she's at one end with her snotty, bitchy, rich kid friends. And I'm over here wearing clothes from the dollar store because I don't have any money and my family doesn't own fucking 50 yachts in Hawaii or whatever the shit was going on with her. But I'm weird. Everyone knows that. I am exceptionally weird to a point where I don't care who's listening or who's watching. I'm just that weird. I'm always weird. Weirdness it comes naturally to me. I am naturally weird. So I'm with my friends and I'm talking and we're goofing off and I'm saying things like, Optimus Prime has a big dick. I don't know. I'm just saying some weird things. And I go on to Twitter afterward and find that she has tweeted all during lunch things like, oh my god, awkward people should not exist, and wow, I think people who are obsessed with things are stupid, and whatever the fuck she said. She did this passive-aggressive, just panel after panel after panel of shit. And the next day, I was so fed up with her tweeting about me, but not using my name. We got to the lunch table. I turned and I looked at her directly in the fucking eyes and I went, if you have shit to say about me, that's one thing, but don't you dare talk about my fucking friends behind our backs, because we will find out and I will kill you. I had a temper in high school. She literally backed up. She was like, oh no, I wasn't talking about you. And I was like, well, there was no one else at the fucking lunch table, you bitch, so get real. That was the story of how I almost beat up a sophomore when I was a junior. I'm sorry, don't take after me, kids. So when it comes to strangers, you don't even have to listen. You don't even have to pay attention to them because they're probably sad and alone and have 10,000 cats. And they have named all of their cats after family members who have died because they can't let go. That's morbid. I'm done. When it comes to friends who make fun of you and rag on you and pretend that they, don't like what you like, at the end of the day, there are two types of friends. There are the friends that make fun of you to make you laugh, and there are the friends who make fun of you to change who you are. We're gonna get real for a second. I'm gonna take off my hat. The second type of friend, the friend who is trying to change who you are, is not your friend. Do not ever keep a relationship with someone because you think it's better off being their friend than their enemy, because you will be miserable. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer is one thing. That's your decision. But when you decide that you need to be friends with someone who has made merciless fun of you that lasts throughout the day about your fandoms and about who you are, it is a toxic relationship. Get out of there, dude. Like, seriously. I am talking to you because you know who you are. There is nothing worse than staying friends with someone because you're afraid that they'll say stuff about you when you leave. Breaking off a friendship is hard, but living a constant outside conscience, someone who is always, wow, oh God, I hate that shirt. That shirt is really ugly. You should stop wearing it. Are you watching Transformers again? Wow, do you watch anything else? Shut up. Oh my God, we already know. You've said it 10,000 times. Optimus is great. We get it. That's not the kind of person you want around your life. That's not the kind of person you ever want to talk to. That's the kind of person that you need to look at and say, oh, we can't be friends. If your other friends, if friends that you've been friends with for a long time start to rag on you, you should sit down and you should watch Transformers with them, or whatever fandom you're in, or whatever fandom they don't understand, because 9 times out of 10, they'll fall in love with it. Promise. Pinky swear. They might, probably. I mean, I got Mumford in a Transformers, and he's a Turtles guy, so what? Another thing that's really important that I've really wanted to address, this is the last part of this video, is family members. Now, with family, when you're talking about a fandom, we're going to use Transformers as an example because that's the fandom that I am in. It's the fandom that I was, I born and raised in. It's the fandom that actually pays attention to me when I talk, so I'm going to talk about it. With your family, it's difficult because it's your mother and your father, and it's your guardians, and it's the people who raised you. And now they're telling you that they don't support you and they're disappointed in you for what you like. People outside of your immediate family are easier to disconnect with than people in your immediate family. The people that you live with, if they don't support you and they don't love you, while I am very fortunate to have a family full of geeks and freaks and weirdos like me, a lot of people out there do not. My family, my mother is such a big supporter that she supports and edits all my NSFW fanfics, and then gives me ideas of NSFW drawings to draw of the fanfics that I've written, because she writes them herself. And I found out not too long ago that in her fandom, she's in the Beatles fandom, she is a writer, obviously, I've always known that, but she writes fanfiction and has more than 10,000, I think it's at 11,500 followers right now on her social media site, wherever that live journal shit is. And my mouth dropped down to the floor because I'm pretty sure no one else's mom out there is an internet sensation. She's incredible. I'm so fortunate, but I know that there's a lot of people out there who aren't as fortunate. And something that I always tell people while their parents are yelling at them and screaming at them and telling them that they're not good enough because they like Transformers, which is not even that big a deal. I could be smoking crack cocaine and doing fucking drugs and having sex with herpes-ridden teenagers, but instead all I'm doing is sitting in my room all day liking Transformers. Yeah, that's a real downer on your family name. What the fuck, guys? What the fuck? People are stupid. But your mom and your dad and your guardians and the people you love, if they start telling you things like, you can't like that, and no, you can't buy any more toys, and you blah, 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 whatever, you look at them and you say, why can't I be happy? It's an honest question. There's no attitude there. You're asking a simple question. Why can't I be happy with my life? Just because you aren't, just because you're working a 40-hour-a-week, 10 shift job, whatever the fuck you're doing with your life, I'm sorry you didn't amount to much, but I will, because this is the new era. I am Generation Y, and as a lost millennial, I will find my way. Whether it be through the Transformers fandom, whether it be through Doctor Who, whether it be through Sherlock, whether it be through Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead, anything. Big Hero 6, Donkey Kong, Pretty Little Liars, Ariana Grande, Penguins of Madagascar, Kung Fu Panda, The Wolf of Wall Street. I don't know. Whatever it is that you love and that you hold close to your heart, it's yours to love. You are what you love, not who loves you. That's from a Fall Out Boy song. I take it very deeply and very personally. Someone once told me that I am loved and I am important to them, and that I matter. This person, who has made more of an impact in my life than anyone else in the whole world, gave me hope before he had ever even met me. But the day finally came and we met, and he made me understand that he was grateful for me because my admiration for him was so genuine and so sincere. And when he hugged me, he kissed my forehead, he told me that the future is built on dreams and to never give up. And that person is Peter Cullen. And if anything ever gets you down, I want you to do what I do. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and hear Optimus's voice telling you that you are an extraordinary person, and without you, this fandom would be a very, very dull place. Because we, as fans, make up a world of our own. We create continuities, and we have AUs and original characters and stories and fan fictions and art and passion. We are the happiest people in the whole world, because nothing can ever take away the reality in your head. So I want you all to remember that Peter Cullen loves you, that I personally love you to death, and that if anyone ever tells you that you're not good enough or you're not going to amount to much, just remember that, speaking on personal experience here, in high school, in senior year of high school, I had just started drawing Transformers. I was shit at it. I didn't win Best Artist for the superlatives, even though I never ever took the pencil out of my hand. No one voted for me because nobody liked me, because I was alone in my life and in the world, and I felt like I was just not worth it. Well, a year and a half later, I'm drawing for IDW Publishing. Don't think about where you are now. Think about where you're going and who you're going to be when you get there. Just because it doesn't look like it's going to get better doesn't mean you have to stop trying. You are an Autobot or Decepticon, and whether raised by Optimus Prime or by Megatron, you've learned what true value is. Whenever you think that you're not good enough, just remember that every single Autobot and every single Decepticon in the army is fighting for the same thing. We want freedom, we want respect, and we want to be heard. I want you guys to wake up tomorrow morning and focus on making it a day to remember. If you ever need anything, I'm always right here to talk. If you need to DM me on Instagram, if you need assistance, note me on DeviantArt. Do whatever you guys have to do to get in touch with me. But I promise you, I will always be here. And no matter how many followers I have, no matter how little followers I have, I couldn't do any of this without you. And I love you. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you later. Till all are one. My stomach just growled. Shut up. Okay. Yes. Do you guys like my hat? Wow, I was gonna say, do you like my hat? It's not good. It's not a good time. They're doing construction outside. I really hope that you guys can hear that because I am in the middle of a very passionate video and they're deciding to do land work or whatever the fuck they're doing out there. I have to close the window. If they want... The other day, the day afterward, oh, what the fuck? I have a temper, but yeah. Family members, distant family members. It's fine, guys. Don't worry about it. Whether it be through Dr. Sherlock. Oh. My mouth just had like a spasm. Canonical ships and even though I can't say the word canonical. Transformers.